everyone. We are in the kitchen again, cooking up some delicious, frugal food with lots of dumpster diving ingredients, of course, obviously, because that's where I get all my groceries. So last week I was checking out what I have in my prepper pantry, which is all the dried foods and canned foods and shelf-stable type things that I keep stored under the beds upstairs in case of dire emergency, or obviously zombie apocalypse, which is just an example of a dire emergency. And I have several bags of dried split peas, and I'm not really sure why, because I definitely don't like split pea soup. I don't like peas. I don't think my kids would want split pea soup. My dad liked split pea soup, but he died a few years ago, so I thought I need to come up with a way to use these split peas that is actually palatable to me. So my goal was split pea soup for the person who doesn't like peas, which is me. And what I came up with, I thought was pretty good. Good enough that I want to make it again. So I'm making it today to show you, but it's not going to be exactly the same as it was last week because I kind of have different ingredients every time. But if you're not a fan of peas, but for some reason you have bags of dried split peas, well, here we go. These are yellow split peas. And the thing about them is that a quarter cup dry has 170 calories, only 5 of which are from fat. So a very low fat food, very high in protein, 12 grams of protein and a ton of fiber, 12 grams of fiber in that 1/4 cup dry serving. So that's good for you, right? So I'm going to start my soup, and I'm going to do this all in one pot, by sauteing some chopped onions, some chopped celery, carrots, and a little bit of yellow pepper. Bell pepper, you know, a yellow pepper. Okay, here's my new super cool yellow pot. Just when my older daughter was saying, hey, we should stop cooking with Teflon because it's going to give us cancer, we found this set of super cool retro yellow pots in somebody's trash. They're all in really good shape. They all have lids. I love them. So there we go with our retro pot. And normally I would maybe use olive oil or maybe just a little cooking spray, but today we're going to saute our onions and so forth in peanut oil. Where did I get peanut oil, you ask? Okay, so you know when you have your natural type peanut butter and the oil rises to the top and you're supposed to stir it back in. I don't stir it back in. I pour it off. So that peanut oil is from the peanut butter. And then the peanut butter I have left, I feel is kind of diet peanut butter because some of the fat's been removed. It's a low-fat peanut butter. I know, genius. Though removing the fat does make it firmer and sometimes harder to spread. Definitely hard to spread if you're using a soft Wonder type bread or your cheap Walmart bread that your frugal husband tends to buy every time he goes to Walmart. So anyway, that's where I get my peanut oil. In the old days when I wasn't thinking straight, I used to just pour the peanut oil off and actually discard it. Yeah, I know, stupid. I actually threw it away. Because I thought it was just fat's the devil, fat's the devil. But no, I think actually refined sugar and corn syrup are the devil. Okay, back to our pot of heating up oil, and we will add the little bit of yellow pepper, the carrot, the celery, and the onions. And we'll stir them around a little bit. Now, it's not that much carrot, as you can tell, because really what I was using for the carrots were some chopped up leftover carrot sticks from the kids' lunch. Normally I would add more carrots, but I'm going to use this can of sliced carrots because I'm not really that wild about canned carrots in anything other than soup. I'm also eventually going to add this can of corn. I'm not a huge fan of corn in stuff, but when I made this last week, I put a lot of corn in it because I was kind of hoping that would lure the corn-loving frugal babies into eating this concoction, which they did not, but it was actually pretty good with the sweet corn. So we're going to let that saute a little bit, and then we will add some water or broth. You can use your homemade vegetable broth that you made because you saved all of your scraps and ends and snippings and clippings and leftover vegetables in a big bag in the freezer, and then when you had enough, you boiled them in water and you made your own homemade super frugal vegetable broth. Or you could just use water, but you're going to obviously need to add salt because, you know, low sodium soup is honestly, quite frankly, disgusting and not worth consuming unless you're on a low sodium diet and, you know, you do your low sodium. I'm not that concerned about my sodium intake because I have really low blood pressure. I know, because I'm just in such fantastic physical shape, much like tennis legend Bjorn Borg. Look it up. He also had really low blood pressure. Anyway, what am I saying? Broth. Or you could use your chicken broth or your beef broth or your hot ham water. That's a reference to Arrested Development, which if you haven't watched, you truly, truly should because it's one of the funniest shows ever made. You could use bouillon cubes. I mean, you know about broth. Why am I explaining broth? You could use canned bouillon. You could use your leftover extra packets of flavoring from your ramen noodles. Okay, so broth options there. I have biscuits baking in the oven right now. I know I'm on fire in the kitchen today. And I've baked biscuits in I've baked biscuits in a lot of other videos, so I'm not going to show you biscuits today. You need to go watch a different video for biscuits. So yeah, I'll put in the canned stuff. I also have a couple of tomatoes in the fridge that I found kind of in the back of the fridge, and they're okay. They looked better when they first came out of the dumpster. They're still okay, but they're getting a little bit wrinkly in the back of the fridge, and so I don't really want them on a salad because, you know, they're not, you know, winter tomatoes aren't great on a salad anyway, but they're going to be okay thrown in that soup. Garlic. I need to chop up some garlic. I used powdered garlic, cheap ass powdered garlic last week when I made this soup because my older daughter used to actually make this sauteed pea dish, like regular green peas that you eat, and she used garlic in it, and I think it's the only time I've ever really liked peas. So I thought, okay, well, garlic obviously helps peas, but I used up my garlic powder, so I need to chop some garlic. I have fresh garlic. Sometimes doesn't it seem that just the key to being a good cook is having sharp knives? I mean, I'm not really a good cook. I'm just a cheap cook, but things go so much better when you have the right tools. I'm going to mention the spices now because I might forget to put them in later. Hopefully I won't, but what did I put in last time? I put in some red, I either put in red pepper flakes or a little bit of Cajun. I mean, it didn't come out too super hot and spicy. I added some lime juice. I do have more limes in the fridge. And I put in some of this Thai roasted red chili paste that I have from when I tried to make my own homemade, what's it called? Kimchi, when I tried to make my own homemade kimchi, which I sadly put way too much salt in somehow, I don't know, and it wasn't that good, but of course I ate it. If you really want to know how to make your own homemade kimchi, watch Cheap Lazy Vegan, who has hundreds of thousands of viewers and doesn't need my endorsement, but she knows what she's doing. And I clearly do not. I also, in my soup last week, and I mention it now in case I forget to do it again today, but I don't think I will forget because I have it out on the counter, I added peanut butter. Why, you weirdo, would you do that? I'll tell you why. Because I had just a little bit of peanut butter at the bottom of another jar, and it was very, very, very firm because of the draining off of the oil, and the oil rises to the top and all. So what's left at the bottom tends to be pretty darn firm, and sometimes I just scoop it out and just eat it as like a ball of firm peanut butter because that's yummy. I love nuts. But it actually was really, really good in my split pea soup for non-pea lovers, actual pea haters, which actually became very thick and was more like a stew. But the peanut butter actually added a nice flavor. It wasn't weird tasting. I have this sense for some reason that in African soups and stews, they have peanuts. For some reason, I think that. I don't know why. Or maybe it's because I use the lime, which makes me think of Thai food, along with this that has the word Thai right on it. And whenever you get pad Thai, you know you have your chopped nuts on top. I don't know. I don't know. It was good though. It was good. And I thought it would thicken it a little bit. So then also when I was eating this concoction, the split pea stew for pea haters, as it were, there was this crunchy texture in it that I like, because I'm all about texture. I like different textures mixed together. Some people don't, but I do. I like texture, interesting textures. I like crunchy stuff. Like, remember that dumpster dive video I showed the other day, and we had those salad kits that had, they're called like sunflower crunch salad kits or something, and they have in, with the mixed vegetables, a little bag of these crunchy things. Sunflower seeds, roasted quinoa, toasted edamame, something else I can't remember, really healthy stuff. Oh my God, those salads were so freaking good with this sweet Vidalia onion vinaigrette, which probably had a lot of corn syrup, and I didn't read the ingredients because I just didn't want to know. It was really yummy. Yeah, I'm sure all that sweetness came from the Vidalia onions. All right, I'm blabbering so much, I'm of course forgetting that I'm actually cooking, so let's give the veggies a little stir before they burn, which they might have a little bit already. So there they are, a little stir, a little bit of brown action at the bottom. I'm sure that will be very tasty. Some of the onions may be a little bit scorched. Here is one of my best little helpers. And it's early in the morning when I'm getting the soup going. She just got out of bed. Some people have asked, oh, I think I spit. I'm sorry, did I spit on you? I shot it across the room. I get excited and the spit flies, which shows my Broadway stage potential, because the truly gifted actors and actresses spit, and there is a whole Friends episode on that issue. So there's another reference for you. Look it up. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right. So people have asked about Neve's name. People say, okay, I get you have one twin named Autumn. We get that. What's this kid's name? It sounds like you're saying Neebe. That's what someone said, like Neebi. And I thought, Neebe, that's kind of a cute name. Her name is Neve, Neave. It rhymes with Steve and leave and Shmeeve. It is an Irish name, and I believe in Ireland, with their different traditional spelling of things, it's actually spelled Niamh. And in Ireland, they see that and they know to say Neve. Just like the name Siobhan, to an England-speaking, Anglo-reading person, the way Siobhan is spelled, it looks like Siobhan with a B and an H thrown in there, but it's Siobhan. So anyway, I didn't give her the traditional Gaelic spelling because people have enough trouble just with Neve, and it's very phonetic. It's, Neave, not Nev, Neve. Rhymes with weave. I think we are at the point of adding the dried half a bag of, you want to hold it? Split peas. Hold it up, hold it proud. Into the pot with some broth, and I'm just going to put it on kind of a low to medium, lowish kind of setting. Cover the pot, and, oh, I know what we were talking about. We were talking about texture. So, do you want to get down and go into the other room? I also have to check those biscuits, because we're going to have some biscuits for breakfast. Texture. So I was eating this concoction last week, and there was a kind of a crunch to it. So I thought, and I liked it. I liked the crunch being in a texture, as I have said. Thank you. I thought the texture was from the peanut butter I'd put in, the little chunks of peanuts, as I am a crunchy peanut butter person. Frugal Daddy is a creamy peanut butter person. But then, as I kind of picked through and discovered what was going on in there, I realized, one, my carrots weren't that soft that I had in there, and my split peas weren't cooked soft. They still had a little bit of crunch. They were cooked. They weren't like crunchy and hard as they would be right now, but they weren't super soft either. And I'm thinking maybe that's why they didn't have too much of a pea flavor. But I liked that. I liked the texture. I liked that. So I don't want to overcook these today. And now I have one, and I'm going to try it raw right now just because. Oh my God. I can't even bite into it. It's hard. It's hard as a rock. I was trying to bite it with my front teeth, and it catapulted to the back of my throat. they weren't like that in my stew. Like, you could definitely chew them and bite into them, and they were soft enough for that. Similar to the crunch of lentils, if you take raw lentils and you sprout them, and you don't cook them because you don't want to kill the living hell out of them, just whatever, you don't want to destroy the nutrition. And sometimes I will put my soaked lentils on a salad. I'll sprinkle them on a salad, and they still have a crunch, but not like this crunch where it almost killed me or chip a tooth. So still a crunchy texture, but a biteable crunch, okay, as a nut would be. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You cook your yellow split pea for pea haters soup/stew as long as you want. Make them as soft as you want. You definitely don't want them raw, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to overcook mine because I don't really want to bring out the pea flavor, and I like the crunch. I'm pouring in my little yellow split peas. Probably should have put the broth in first. All right, give that a little stirry poo. I'm going to, see, there's a kind of a burned onion. Okay, I can pick out the burned onions. Let's not be so lazy about it, Amy. Wait, I just dropped it back in. There we go. Okay. It's probably going to need more water also because the dried split peas, of course, are going to absorb this broth. And luckily it's not hot yet, and that is the time to pick out your burned bits. Don't pick your burned bits out when your broth and soup are boiling hot. I do not recommend putting your hand into a boiling pot of soup. Let's go ahead and put all the other stuff in now so we don't forget, because I could see myself forgetting. I could see it. And you'll all be yelling, "Don't forget the peanut butter!" Aye! Oh, that was so cool how the camera almost just fell right into the pot. Yep, it's my new phone going right into the pot of soup. Yep, and that is how she met her end, because her husband killed her when she dropped another phone into something liquid. I'm going to use a clean knife for each. I'm going to take a little bit of the Thai red chili paste and put that in. I'm going to use a different clean knife because I don't want chili paste essence in my peanut butter to scoop out some of this peanut butter. Let's get a nice big old blob in there. This is just going to be protein packed with the split peas and the peanut butter. Yum, yum. So we'll just stir those in. Here we also have something from Whole Foods. Oh my God, we're getting fancy. Just a little shot of turmeric, a little sprinkle of red pepper, and now I need to remember to go chop up my garlic and probably add more water to this. So for dessert, we're going to make cookies using these instant oatmeal packets that we pulled from the dumpster. We have all different kinds of flavors: bananas and cream, peaches and cream, blueberries and cream, strawberries and cream, and I left it up to Neve to pick out which kind she wants to use to make these cookies. Alrighty, we have fished out the 8 packets of strawberries and cream oatmeal. I'm really, we're just making this up. I have absolutely no clue what we're doing. We're going to use half a stick of butter, or margarine, or whatever. Yeah, you mush that around first. We're going to use 1 egg, and then we're going to stir in these oatmeal packets, starting with a little bit of butter for our batter. And we are then going to put in the packets of oats and the egg and stir it around, and I guess add some baking soda, and then we'll see what kind of consistency we have. Yeah, so let's add in all of our packets of the oatmeal, which has a very dehydrated strawberry-ish flavor. And look, there are little pieces of, I don't know if these are real dehydrated strawberries or just some kind of fake strawberry bit, but there's a lot of them in there. Do you think those are real strawberries, Neve?
Taste them.
Taste them. Taste one. See what it's like. You taste it.
No,
you taste it.
You taste it.
All right, I'll taste it. Well, you put the packets in, since I dumped half of my packet on the floor. Okay, here's a little strawberry bit from the oatmeal. It has that kind of, I mean, it smells like strawberry, but it smells like that fake strawberry gum. I think that's real strawberry. I think it's real dehydrated. I think it's real dehydrated strawberry because it has kind of like a fruit leathery texture, and honestly, it tastes a lot better than it smells, and much better than I expected. So maybe these are going to be fantastic. Who knows? So we're getting all 8 packets into the bowl, and there's a little bit spilled on the floor.
Because you dumped half of your packet on the floor.
All right, you can start to mix the oats into that butter while I open our new giant box of baking soda. We're going to add a wee little bit of baking soda. Here, put your hand out and you can add the wee little bit.
Is this edible?
And Neve can put the egg in.
Right now?
Yeah, you're the egg expert.
You need to put it or it would strip.
Okay, yeah, the butter is not mixing as well as we need it to, but eventually it
now
will.
Now you put it all the way down.
All right.
You can mix more once I put the
all right. You put the egg in, give it a good whack, whack, and whack, and then whack again. Oh, good one. Okay. Then here, I'll put the shell in the trash while you go wash your hands. All right, so it's coming together as a sort of dough.
I want to.
Might not be quite enough moisture. Let me feel. Well, actually, that's pretty moist. I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know how well it'll hold together, but as a cookie, I mean, that dough is coming together. So for everybody who wants to make this, that was 8 packets of instant oatmeal, half a stick of butter, 1 egg, and some baking soda. Oh yeah, that's some great stirring there, girl. Mix it up, mix it up. You're making a massive impact on that dough there. All right, Neve, you want to taste a little bite of the dough before we bake the cookies? And let me know if that's going to taste good as a cookie. You think? Is it sweet enough? It's not sweet enough? Do you think we need to add a little bit of brown sugar to it? Yeah? I'm going to trust your assessment. Is it really because as a cookie it would need a little more sugar, or is it just because you love brown sugar and you want to put brown sugar in it?
It's because it
really
needs to be a little sweeter to be a cookie.
Neve, are you eating brown sugar?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to put a little bit in because I know this is sugary. What's your hand doing in there? Are you eating plain brown sugar?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we're just going to stir in a little bit of extra brown sugar. At the recommendation of the 6-year-old. Yes, you can taste it and tell me if you think it's ready to become a cookie.
Okay, let me.
Here, try another bite. The smell of the dehydrated strawberries, it's not appealing to me. It's very kind of like fakey strawberry room freshener, strawberry gum smelling. But the little dehydrated strawberry actually tasted pretty good. Now, how's the dough? Sweet enough? Okay, I'm rolling the dough into little dough balls and then kind of flattening them on the pan because I really don't know if these are going to spread. The dough looks kind of crumbly in the bowl, but I tell you, as I am forming these little dough balls, it's really extremely moist with just that half a stick of butter and the 1 egg. There they are, ready to go into the oven. We're going to do the standard 350. They're small, maybe 8 minutes. I do not know. We will find out. You know, I never really know how long things take until I bring them out. Or I forget about them and then they're so overcooked and burned and I left them in for too long and then I just guess at what it should have been. Now, in case this cookie idea is a complete failure, at which point I'll let you know and tell you not to do this, I was thinking about other things to do with these other flavors. I was thinking if you don't want to just eat these as hot oatmeal in a bowl, which a lot of people would, I'm just not wild about weird flavors in my oatmeal and all that extra sugar. But I'm thinking in desserty kind of things where you're going to be adding some sugar anyway, well, why not let it be this? So I was thinking if with the bananas in cream flavor, you could add this to your banana bread and it would just be some oats and you'd remove some of the sugar from your recipe and you'd probably have some little dehydrated banana bits. That would be fab. Then similar deal on the blueberries and cream flavor, you could maybe add this to blueberry muffins or use it to create a crumbly topping for blueberry muffins or do a blueberry cobbler and use this. And same with the peaches and cream flavor, maybe do a peach cobbler and use this as your crumbly topping. Or, you know what else? There's that thing people do, I've never done it, I should do it, where you take a can of canned fruit and I think you just mix it into like a boxed cake mix, a yellow or a vanilla cake mix, and I don't think you even add anything else. I just think it's the fruit and the cake mix. Do you add an egg? I don't know. Like I said, I've never done it. But you bake that, and I'm thinking, well, if you did that, maybe you would add some of the peaches and cream flavor to that, because there are peaches in here. So that might be nice. Because if I was buying food rather than dumpster diving, this is not something I would ever buy. Unless I could get it free couponing, at which point I would. I remember something I was going to say before and I forgot because so many things were popping into my little genius brain. I see a lot of things in these videos that people are like, you're so queer, what the hell are you talking about? And sometimes they're like private jokes between me and one other person on the planet who doesn't even watch the video. But to me it's funny, so I say it because I'm just in the habit of saying it. Like for example, the quote, "Hand me them socks." Okay, that makes no sense to you, but that's something my friend Brad and I say to each other and it makes sense to us, and we laugh. So in the middle of a video, if there are socks, I might say out loud, "Hand me them socks." And it's super entertaining to me, but you're all like, what the hell? What the hell? Why would you even make reference to private jokes in your video? Because that's just where my mind is. It's automatic. It's automatic. And we're checking in on the soup. And it looks pretty good. It's smelling a little bit too much like peas. The oven timer went off. It's like a giant strawberry oatmeal cookie. It did spread there in the middle. I really actually didn't expect that. They almost look like lace cookies, which I've never made. The split peas do taste cooked, but what is that missing? It's missing a lot of something. It definitely needs more salt because it doesn't, it just doesn't taste like much of anything. It's really, really too bland. And let's add some of this Tajin Classico seasoning and the lime juice. I forgot the lime juice. Okay, adding more of the Thai roasted red chili paste, which I feel like should be giving it a little zip, and some lime juice. And I'm going to add some of this. I don't know if any of you have ever used the Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning. This is some good stuff. It's got salt, black pepper, garlic, monosodium glutamate, oregano, onion powder, sugar. It's delish. So I'm going to add some of that. Somehow or other, I'm going to get this soup to taste good. How about a little crushed red pepper flakes? I'm going to let that keep simmering. I think that the lime juice and the spiciness I just added, I think those have done it. Alrighty, here are the oatmeal cookies. Autumn, these were very experimental. Neve helped me. So go ahead and try a cookie and tell me what you think. As we wait for Daddy to comb his hair and join us. So what do you think? Really thumbs up? Really? Or are you just saying it? It's not like one of those, "Mom, I really hated it, but I pretended I liked it for your video." No, she never does that. Seriously, seriously.
I like it. It's yummy.
Try a cookie. This recipe completely made up on the spot by Neve and myself.
You know what they smell like? I have to tell you.
Room freshener. What?
Close. Captain Crunch with crunch berries.
Okay, there you go.
Exactly.
All right, so we've invented crunchberry cookies. Oh God, genius. I have to figure, you got your butter, your sugar, and egg. How wrong could it go?
I know.
Here's a crock of the soup. It's been simmering for a while, and I think the split peas are soft enough now, and it has a little bit of zip. I've gotten it to a point where I like it, but Frugal Daddy's going to try it since he would not try it last week when I made it. Now, what do you really think? Does it have a little bit of a kick to it? It's got some lime juice in it, and some red pepper flakes, and red chili something or other from Thailand via Whole Foods.
It's good.
Do you like the sweetness of the corn?
Yes.
Good.
It's extremely mild.
Do you want me to make it zippier?
No, I like it like this.
Yeah. Also, I found last week when I made this, oh God, I just hit something real spicy. I found that this got better. Each day I heated it up.
I would think.
Like as the flavors continued to kind of just sit and hang out together and meld in the fridge, it got better each time. And one day I had some leftover pasta and I stirred that in. That was really good. Adding noodles to it was quite the yum.
Good.
It's great!
It's great.
I know it's not your type of thing, but it doesn't taste like pea soup, does it? That's kind of the goal. This is split pea soup that is for people who hate peas. I can't stand peas. I don't want to eat pea soup. Yuck. But it doesn't taste like peas, does it?
No, not
No,
at
it
all.
doesn't. It doesn't taste like peas. Maybe because I used yellow split peas. Maybe the whole escapade right from the beginning was silly because yellow split peas don't taste like peas. I don't know, but they're what I have, and I was afraid they would taste like peas. Pea soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. Reference to Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland, probably while he was on drugs. I'm thinking LSD. I like it.
No,
I like
he
it.
made
I
that
like it.
up.
I think he was on drugs. All that Alice through the
In
looking glass stuff.
1800s?
They did drugs back then. Where are you going in the middle? Are you getting more cookies? Are you getting more cookies, honey poodle do? Oh, good job. Could have used a spatula. This is so delicious. As always, thanks for watching. Try these fabulous recipes. Yeah, happy dumpster diving. Eat that dumpster food. Turn it into new and exciting things. Be inventive. Be creative. Substitute. We're all about substitutions. You have to work with what you got. Yeah, if you can't make these oatmeal cookies, just have a bowl of Cap'n Crunch. Crunch, baby.
Are you dancing or?
Of course I'm dancing. What, you don't think that was obviously
I didn't know
dancing?
what you were doing. I thought maybe you were going somewhere with that.
No, I just have a lot of energy today.